Hi everybody, Keith Tanner here from Flyin Miata, and today I'm happy to announce we have a new product to show off. It's a new addition to our wheel line, and that new addition is Like Wheels. We've got them here on a couple of cars for you. Yeah, I'm really excited about this personally. I've been looking forward to showing these off to you. I think they're a fantastic wheel that's like very little else on the market. And I'm going to talk to you today about the specifications. I'm going to talk to you today about their backstory. How they came to be in the first place, what they're modeled after, how they came to be at Flyin Miata, all those things. And always, if you do like this kind of content that we're going to be going through, make sure you subscribe to our channel, make sure you like our videos. That'll make sure you find out about them. That'll make sure other people find out about them. Everybody wins. So, Like Wheels. They are modeled after, depending on who you are and how old you are, they're either modeled after the old Dunlop alloy wheels that you might have seen in a Jaguar C-Type, or they're modeled after the Alfa Romeo, what was it, the Sprint. I think the GTA used a wheel very much like this, an alloy wheel that looked kind of like a steel wheel because that's what people knew how to make at the time. Or you might think they look like steel wheels, but without the downsides of steel wheels like weight and rust, etc. It doesn't matter what you think they look like. All that matters is if you like them or not. We'll admit, they're maybe not everyone is going to think this is the ultimate Miata wheel, but for those who like them, they like them very much, like myself. So the wheel itself is a 15 by 8. It weighs 12.5 pounds. It's nowhere near as heavy as you might think it is from the looks of it. It's actually in the same weight range as our Kogeki wheels. It's flow formed for lots of strength. It has a plus 25 offset, so it'll fill out the wheel wells nicely, as you can see here. And they have lots of room inside for brakes. In fact, we have a set of our big brakes on this car, not that you can tell from looking. The one downside is they don't show off your brakes very well because those holes aren't very big. And you can see on the back as well, but they do fit over all the big brake kits that we've tested them on so far. If you've got one of the big 11 3/4 ones, well, they don't fit over, I think 15s don't fit over there anyway. So the Like Wheel story, they started off with a fellow named Joey Nagase. Joey wanted this kind of wheel to exist. He was like myself, he was a fan of the old 60s alloy wheel designs that had this sort of aesthetic, and they're almost impossible to find. There's very few wheels on the market that look like this these days. And so, unlike a lot of people, instead of just saying, well, I wish these existed, he actually went out and made it happen. He went out and actually got the designs done, he talked to wheel manufacturers, he got the wheels made, and he had them actually produced. And for someone who's been through that process, big thumbs up to Joey, because that is a hard thing to do. And he got a run done of 5 different colors, 4 of which you see here. The other color was silver, and silver unfortunately is sold out at the moment, so we can't show you a silver one, but imagine this, but silver. You get the idea. So Joey sold them as almost a hobby business. He sold them through Instagram. He was at Miata Reunion showing his car off. He has his own website, that sort of thing. But it's a challenging thing to distribute when it's, you've got a real job outside of being a very small wheel manufacturer. And a few months ago, we were looking at what to do with Pepper, our newest 1.6 R&D car. We're gonna put some stuff on Pepper to make them a little more eye-catching for shows. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. And when I was planning this, I was thinking of a vintage sort of look, a vintage cafe racer. I know it's a motorcycle term, but the concept is the same. And not the usual little British roadster that everyone always seems to go to with a set of Dayton Wild wheels and a lot of wood in the interior. And I was thinking about those old Jaguars that I've seen and the Alfa Romeos that I bonded with back in the day. And I went looking for these wheels and I came across Like. And I sent a note to Joey asking, I like them so much. There's so many Like puns potentially in here. I like them so much, I sent a note to Joey and asked if we could possibly work with them on wholesale. And one thing led to another, and I am happy to announce that Flyin Miata has effectively taken over the Like wheel line. We will now be doing the distribution of these. We'll be doing the restocking of these. We'll be doing the marketing of these, so more people can find out about them, more people can get their hands on them. It'll be easier to, hopefully it'll be easier to reach somebody, to ask questions about them, and basically bring Like wheels to a larger market. Joey did a fantastic job on making them get this far and have them exist, and we've stepped in, we're going to take over the next step. So as I said, we have 4 colors at the moment. We have a bronze, which is a little satin. It's not super shiny bronze. It's not a gold. It's an actual true bronze. It's a nice color. It actually looks pretty good on silver cars. We tried one earlier, and it's a good look. Bronze on red, of course, is always a personal thing. I think on a dark blue, those look very, really good. We have my personal favorite, which is white, because I'm a sucker for white wheels. So it is, I don't know if it's coming across on camera, this is extremely white. This is not white with a bit of yellow or white with a bit of gray. This is, something's wrong with my camera, white. Fantastic stuff. We also have them available with polished lips. There is a gloss black center with a polished lip, and there is a gunmetal with a polished lip. The ones we have on the cars here are gunmetals. So that is this one here that we're showing off on the two cars here today. One other thing I probably should mention, at the time of filming, the price on these things is $225 for the bronze and white, and is $235 with the polished lip, and that is shipped. That is with shipping inside the US. Yeah, and we have them in stock today, ready to ship out right away. There is a limited stock of these available right now. We are still working through the rest of Like Wheels' original inventory, or inventory when we took over the project. We'll see how they sell. If they go really well, if they're popular, there will likely be more orders. There will be likely different colors. But at the moment, what we have is what we have, and we cannot guarantee there will be more. We will do our best to make sure there's more. With all the uncertainty around overseas manufacturing right now, we don't know what the prices are going to be, because of course everyone's trying to figure that one out. So all I can promise you at the moment is we have these colors in stock, and that's what the prices are today. I have a question over here. Yes, Ethan.
Can I ever get them for my NC or ND?
Can you get them for your NC or ND? They will fit an ND. 15s and NDs are definitely a acquired taste. Not everyone goes for it. There's a reason we didn't bolt a set of these onto the ND for demo. They look a little like they're running their little roller skate wheels. But if that's the look you're looking for, awesome. Yes, they will fit an ND. They do not fit an NC. We do not have a 5x100, 114.3. We don't have that option available at the moment. At the moment, the only fitment we have is this 15x8, 4x100. However, I am happy to say they have a very large center bore. It's not the small Miata 54.1. I think it's a 73.1 millimeter center bore, which means they will fit many cars. They'll probably fit my old Honda Civic. They probably look pretty good on my old Honda Civic. We've seen them on Toyota MR2s. Basically, a lot of cars with a front-wheel drive style offset and a 4x100 bolt pattern should fit. There is a possibility of us in future doing different widths, potentially a 15x9, more likely a 15x7 or a 7.5. Different diameters, that's a different question if we'll get there. Does this vintage look work with an ND? That's something we have to decide before we invest 5 figures in a set of molds, for sure. But yeah, we hope to continue to grow the brand, to grow the range as these wheels work their way through the market. More questions?
What's your tire size on the cars?
The tire size on the cars, yes, that's everyone always wants to know exactly what the fitment is. These are running a 205/50/15. They're running the Yokohama Fleva. I forget what all the full name of it is. We call it the Fleva Flev. It's a 300 tread wear tire. We use it as a good street tire, all-around street tire around here, although this set has also been on the track as well. But this is a 205/50/15, and they will fit the NA. They will require a little bit of fender rolling. That's a fairly aggressive fitment. Not enough that you're going to poke, as you can see. I mean, if you want to come around and see it from an angle, they don't poke, but they fill out the wheel wells completely. Very nice fitment. You could also run a 225 on this, but at that point you would definitely be doing some more fender work. On the NB, it's the same wheel tire combination, but because the NB has slightly more accommodating fenders, and this one has been rolled and pulled to fit 15x10s with 245s, they look a little more tucked than they would on a normal NB. You can get an idea here. Here's where the usual fender line would be. But as you can see, it still is designed to fill out the fender well as best as possible. And in terms of ride height, this one is sitting on a set of our Fox suspension. This one's sitting a set of our VMAX suspension. The ride height is approximately 12 1/4 inches here, which is the way we usually measure ride height. So this is similar to what it would look like on a set of FM springs, slightly lower maybe. And of course, if you're running coilovers, you can set the height where you want to. But that's what we're looking at for fitment here. 12.5 pounds, lightweight, flow formed, strong, great looking wheels as far as I'm concerned. Available at Flyin Miata now. When we do have a last minute questions. Is there challenges in brake cooling on the racetrack? Thanks for reminding me of that. We have not actually done any testing on brake cooling on the racetrack, but I would suggest that if you are concerned about that, perhaps look at one of our other 15x8 wheels, the Kogekis, with a much more open design. I think that is the downside to this design, is that they're not going to flow a lot of air through there. So brake cooling is probably going to be compromised compared to a more open wheel. Haven't tested it, but that would be my concern. I wouldn't buy these for my track wheels. These would be my street wheels, and then for the track, I would run something else. Probably Rider Rubber too, just because, track day. So, if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. And again, if you like this kind of content, you like to hear about new Flyin Miata products, make sure to subscribe to our channel. What do you want, Ethan? Are they knurled? Which is a good question. They are not knurled. These are not as much of a hardcore wheel as our Kogekis are. I mean, they're made by a very high quality manufacturer. Same manufacturer that has made other very popular Miata wheels in the past. Really interesting. You can see what they did here, the scalloping on the inside to keep the weight down, but there is no knurling to keep the bead in place. So if you're rocking thousands and thousands of horsepower and you are running extremely wide tires on your 8-inch wheel, there is the potential for slippage, but I think for the intended use for these, especially with the potentially downgraded brake cooling, I wouldn't be too worried personally. And we did have this one on the track a while back with multiple drivers, none of who owned the car, and we had no wheel slippage as far as we're aware. And before any points out that some of these are backwards, we actually did swap them back and forth, so it doesn't matter if the rotation is backwards, they're just for display today. All right, if you have any more questions or comments, please throw them in the comments, we will address them. Otherwise, thanks for your attention. Welcome Like Wheels to Flyin Miata. We'll see you again later.